if we focus more on how we want to feel, there is a bigger chance that when we reach the goals that we want to reach, that we'll be happier with them.
Welcome to Season 2 of the Stories Café podcast, the espresso version of Stories Café, a brief, enriching pause for reflection on literature, cinema, archetypes, philosophy, and the art of living deliberately. I'm Annetta Wernblatt, course creator, internationally published author, and wanderer at heart. So cozy up and let's once again step into the world of stories and the deep ways in which they can shape the lives we live.
What we will be focusing on today is a very deliberate, my favorite word, mindset makeover. And that mindset makeover is good whether you want to use it personally or professionally. Do you want to use it mainly in terms of yourself personally, what you would like to, not just, I'm as much as I am about accomplishing things and reaching goals, I'm very much about how do you want to feel? What would you like to feel? There is that statistic that I've mentioned to you before that from we hear something so that we can say, I understand it, to the point where we can say that I really, really know it. Going from it being a knowledge to it being an experience, something that you live by and that's ingrained in your operating system, you have to hear it 40 times. So, I'm not afraid of repeating things over and over, because even for me, I do live my life what I call deliberately, but you lose track of it, and sometimes you need a map. But I think for some of you who know that I often talk about maps, having what I call the true north, having that compass, showing us always what is it that I'm really longing for, what is it that I really want to accomplish, what are the goals I want to reach, or what is it that my soul is longing for me to move toward and integrate more of in my life. That the metaphor I always use for that, for myself and for you, is having a map, of having a compass, so that if we sometimes we stray from the path we had planned, which is okay, as long as we always know where true north is. So that's going to be part of our focus today. A few weeks ago, I posted on Instagram a little, like, a poll where I said which of these goals is most important, or which of these goals matter to you most. A, attracting and getting a lot more followers on Instagram. B, making, increasing my revenue significantly and making a lot more money. Or C, creating and living the best and the deepest and most fulfilling story that I possibly can. And not surprisingly, a lot of people answered the third one, living the best story. And obviously, if you know me, you knew that definitely that would be the one I chose. And the reason why I choose that, and that is when I say that, if we focus on how do we want to feel in the upcoming 3 months, or for the next year, or until our birthday, or wherever our marks in our personal calendar are, if we focus more on how we want to feel, there is a bigger chance that when we reach the goals that we want to reach, that we'll be happier with them. That if we focus mainly outside of ourselves, of things we want to attract in our lives or accomplish in our lives, or goals that we want to reach, there is a very good chance, and this is not just something I'm making up, there's a very good chance that by the time we reach that goal or reach that point, that we still feel the same way we do now. And again, science shows that the reason why we want most of the things we want is because of how we think we would feel if we had them. And my main argument is always, you have access to any feeling right now. And if you're not able to access whatever feeling it is that you want now, then you won't actually feel that when you reach that goal. And so the little poll I did on Instagram is that if you focus more on living the best story you possibly can, that doesn't exclude the other two. It's just going to make more sense of them, so that if you get a gazillion followers on Instagram, or if that matters to you, or if you significantly increase your revenue or your income, if you focus first on the story you want to live, I think there's a bigger chance that you will reach those goals than if you focus mainly on them. But there's definitely a bigger chance that you will feel happier if and when you do reach them.
Thank you so much for joining me. If this episode added value to your day, you're always welcome to return. You can follow the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts so that each new episode lands directly in your podcast app. And if you feel like leaving a review, it helps others to find their way here too. If you'd like to go deeper, you're warmly welcome inside Stories Café. Just go to stories-cafe.com, where you'll find further reflections, conversations, and a growing library of ideas. I'm looking forward to welcoming you back next time.